Hey guys, this is John at Jeepster Man. Today we're going to talk about the rear axle here on a Jeepster Commando. We get a lot of questions about this, a lot of confusion. So from 67 to 70, this one right here we're looking at is a mid 70. They either had a Dana 44 two-piece axle or they had the Model 30. All right, so this one that we're looking at, this is a Dana 44 two-piece axle. So one way to know, even the Model 30 is a two-piece as well, but if you see this big axle nut on the end, that means that it's a two-piece axle. And when we say two-piece, there's a hub behind this, and that hub would come apart from the axle shaft. So that's what a two-piece axle means. We get asked that a lot. Now the Model 30, the only vehicle, the Jeep vehicle that I know of that had the Model 30 was the Jeepster Commando. I've never seen it in any of the other vehicles. I'm not sure why Jeep did it, but the Model 30 is kind of weak and anemic. There's not a whole lot of parts for them. Similar to the Dana 44 two-piece, but smaller. Now, a couple ways to tell the difference. One, if you took this, because it has a two-piece just like this, if you took all this drum brake apart and took the hub off and everything, the bolt pattern for the flange on a Model 30 is completely different than the Dana 44. The other way to tell, and I can just tell by looking because I've been doing this for a long time, that axle housing we're looking at, it's pretty big. So I can just tell by looking at them. Usually I'm like, okay, that's a Dana 44, and that's like a telltale pattern of a Dana 44 as well. And the axle tube on a Model 30 will also look smaller. So I don't know the exact diameter of the Model 31, but it'll look smaller than this axle here. So starting in 72, both on the CJs, actually 71 I should say, the CJ and the Jeepster Commando, they had the flanged Dana 44. What the flanged Dana 44 means is it was a one-piece axle. It didn't have this axle nut right here. Instead, had a flange here at the end. No axle nut, no cotter pin. The axle and the hub were all one piece. So that's definitely how you can tell if you've got a flanged axle, but you're not going to see a flanged Dana 44 in a 70 and earlier. So you're only going to see that flanged axle in the 71 and later. And CJs, I know it's definitely 72, but it's probably 70 as well on the CJs. So I just wanted to clear up some of that confusion because we get asked a lot for that. Like I said, there's not a lot of parts for the Model 30. Nobody makes a disc brake kit for the Model 30. We do make a disc brake kit for either the flanged or the two-piece axle. We have kits for both of them. You can find both of those on our website, thejeepsterman.com. and just search Dana 44 rear disc brake kit and it'll bring it up. If you've got questions, you can reach us at 314-798-6462 or sales@thejeepsterman.com.